The Euros are coming to the UK and Ireland in 2028. But who will be in that England team vying for glory with the final at Wembley? Now, some of the country's top young talent play in the EFL. And this week, EFL editor Simeon Golem has been having some fun trying to pick an 11 from the EFL that might be representing their country in 5 years' time. Simeon, who have we got?
I mean, the fact of the matter is not all, but I mean, most England players now come through the EFL in some way, shape, or form. So many of them, in fact, the World Cup squad have 26 players. 19 of them had at some point played in the Championship, League One, or League Two as they came through to make it into Gareth Southgate's squad. So why not look a bit further down?
Okay.
And I've picked an 11 of the players who are starring in the Championship this season who could potentially be part of what I think will be Lee Carsley's squad for Euro 2028.
Lee Carsley, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The current, obviously, England under-21 manager who won the tournament in the summer. I mean, to be honest, I know what I expect. The likes of, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, Reece James might just about make it into that team as well. So I don't think this will necessarily be the 11 that will be at that tournament. But I mean, it's 11 good players, and I've picked out a whole squad of them as well, which we can go through later on. But if we start with the 11, we can do that and talk
Let's
about
go. Let's start from back to front and goalkeeper.
Yeah, so we've got Anthony Patterson in goal, Sunderland's stopper. He broke through in the season and won promotion from League One. He's 23 years old, been virtually an ever-present in their run to the playoffs last season in the Championship, and has been excellent so far this season as well. Very good shot stopper, good all-round goalkeeper. Needs to work on his distribution a little bit, but other than that, very promising young talent. Our back four, we've got Cody Drameh at right back. We've got a centre-back pairing of Bashir Humphreys and Taylor Harwood-Bellis and Leif Davis at left-back. So Drameh is a strange one because he's on loan from Leeds United in the Championship at Birmingham City in the Championship. Never seems to perform that well when he's back at Leeds. He's not particularly hugely well thought of there by the fans, but in terms of how he's performing, he's been out on loan, he's been brilliant. He's been brilliant again this season as well. Our centre-back pairing, Bashir Humphreys, on loan from Chelsea at Swansea City at the moment. He's only played a few games, but he's well thought of in the England setup. During the last international camp in September, he was actually brought through by Southgate to train with the senior side while he was with the under-21s. His arrival at the club has helped really turn around some of their form at Swansea. They've won 4 games on the bounce now since he's come in, and he'll be paired with Taylor Harwood-Bellis, who was exceptional at Burnley last season on loan from Man City. I'm frankly shocked that he's not playing in the Premier League this season. I thought he'd be a shoo-in for a move there, even if it was back to Burnley or somewhere else on loan. But he's a brilliant young centre-back, and he will be in the England reckoning in the years to come. And then at left-back, we have the elder statesman of our team. It's Leif Davis. He's 23 years old. Ipswich Town. He's been brilliant so far this season. He's got 6 assists already from left-back, which is pretty remarkable for a team that is free-flowing, attacking, goal-scoring. He's been at Leeds United before. It didn't quite work out for him there, but he found a home at Ipswich, and he's just been excellent in their promotion season last season and this season so far. He's 23 and still in the Championship, but considering the dearth of left-backs in Gareth Southgate's squad at the moment, I mean, we've seen, obviously, with Luke Shaw injured, Ben Chilwell. We're probably going to have Levi Colwill playing left-back sort of during the international break and looking forward. So yeah, if he can keep going the way he is on the trajectory he is, there's every chance he could be part of the team in the future.
And if we move into midfield, could we have the Bellingham brothers, Simeon, playing for England at Euro 2028?
We could possibly, yes. I mean, he is the second best Bellingham in the world, Joe Bellingham. He's moved to Sunderland this summer from Birmingham City. He's a part of a brilliant young side. We're going to talk about 1 or 2 other players later as well, but he's scored a couple of goals. He's playing a sort of attacking midfield role. He's 18 years old, so he's a couple of years older than Jude was when he broke through at Birmingham. But it's hard to compare him to a player who's 20 playing for Real Madrid and already talked about as a Ballon d'Or winner. It's an unfair comparison, but he looks like a very good young prospect in his own right. And for me, he'll be playing just ahead of Charlie Patino at Swansea City on loan from Arsenal, a very big hope at the Emirates, and Archie Gray, 17 years old, the youngest player in this team, who I'm going to be talking about. He's just broken through at Leeds United this season. He's obviously part of the big Gray Leeds dynasty. Father's played for Leeds, his grandfather's played for Leeds, his great uncle's played for Leeds. And he's been brilliant in central midfield. His last game, he got put at right back as well, and he was brilliant there. He's such an exciting young talent. So they'll be playing as a 2 just behind Joe Bellingham in my Championship team at Euro 2028. If I was manager then, I think a lot would have to change in my life between now and then for that to happen. But this is Lee Carsley. If you're watching, this is your team so far.
And Harry Kane will be in his mid-30s by then. So who will be vying for it? Who will be the young talents vying for his number 9 shirt?
I have picked Josh Coburn as my striker, a little bit under the radar. He's only scored 1 goal so far this season, but he had a very good loan spell at Bristol Rovers in League One last season, scored a lot of goals. This season he's come in about halfway through where we are so far, and since he's been there, Middlesbrough's form has massively upturned. He's scored a goal. They've won 4 on the bounce since he's arrived, and he'll be flanked either side by Morgan Whittaker on the right, who's at Plymouth Argyle, and Jack Clark on the left, who's at Sunderland. Obviously, Jack Clark, a name a lot of people will be familiar with in terms of he broke through at Leeds a long time ago. Some bad moves kind of hindered his progress a little bit. He had time at Tottenham, which didn't work out for him. He made some loan moves he probably shouldn't have made. Now he's found a home at Sunderland. He's excelling. He's well on his way back to the Premier League. He was well on his way to being named player of the season, the Championship this season. As we talk, he's been frankly superb, and I can see him being in the England setup sooner rather than later as well. So that is the final 11 I've picked. Then I've slaved over it, but I have made my selection. So we've got Anthony Patterson, the goalkeeper for Sunderland. Our back four: Cody Drammer at right back. Our centre back partnership of Taylor Harwood-Bellis and Bashir Humphreys, and Leif Davis at left back. Our midfield three of Archie Gray, Charlie Patino, and Joe Bellingham, and then our front three of Morgan Whittaker and Jack Clark, either side of Josh Coburn up front.
You've absolutely thrown yourself into this project because you've got a long list of other candidates who could even form a squad. So very, very quickly, just pick out a couple of names from this pool of players you've got here as well.
We've got Callum Doyle at Leicester City, who can play left back and centre back. We've got Hayden Hackney at Middlesbrough, a young player who's really exciting. Jay Stansfield, who is on loan at Birmingham City from Fulham in the Premier League. There's so many. There's the whole list of them for you there to look at. It's exciting. There's a lot of exciting young English talent in the Championship this year, and it's been a pleasure to watch so far.